Okay. Let's see if we can make some magic today. Probably not, but c'est la vie. Oh, there is volume there, and I do not want there to be. What the fuck? Okay, there's things rough. Leave it on for like 20 minutes, it still doesn't work. What are we listening to? Music! Do you not like music? It's Genshin music. Specifically Fontaine's theme song. Also, hello, Tibbs. How are you doing? How's life treating you? Is everything going well? Love and life? And now we're listening to Pokemon. So, let me just turn that way. So, I'm still, I exist, vaguely. You twisted your ankle. That sounds about on brand. That sounds about on brand. We currently exist. I get my key to the apartment tomorrow. Ooh, it hurts. I would hope it would hurt, since, it's a twisted ankle. If it didn't hurt, I'd be concerned, actually. But I believe twisted ankles are supposed to hurt, so I imagine that's kind of normal. So, yeah. Yop, 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 yop. I didn't get much done this weekend, unfortunately. I spent most of it, rotting. Most of it rotting in bed. So there was also that. I cannot keep my foot straight, otherwise it hurts. Have you been to one of those free healthcare doctors I hear so much about? Because if you have not, I'm sure you can guess what I'm going to say. Just just a thought. Just a thought. I did a bit more work on the model, and I was actually able to texture the pants, kind of. I wouldn't call it good texturing, but yep, there's definitely texture, yep. So I at least have that going now. And I have a shirt, so I'm just kind of debating on just running with this for now and pulling a Ship of Theseus for a while. I never noticed, but your middle toe is bigger than your pointy toe. I believe that means you're Romanian by descent. Which sounds about right if you think about it. As well as the way your toes point is one of a couple of indicators of origin. Yeah. You should start working on your model soon. You gotta start eventually, but there's no rush. No rush. Yeah, so I'm debating on just firing from the hip, call it a 1.0 and go from there, because it's kind of been at the work for a while. I'm really tired of this one. I want to go through the eyes one more time, take a look at some of the blend shapes if I can, and then just kind of run with it because, fuck it, why not? So, yeah. Yep. Laser his face off. There goes the camera. So, yeah. Yep. I also played a bit of No Man's Sky. Because I used to play a bit of No Man's Sky back in the day because a friend of mine actually got me onto it. But my save got corrupted. My 75-hour save got fucking corrupted, and I'm still so mad about that, dude. So I started a permadeath save so I could try and 100% the achievements, because, why not, right? And I'm currently working on that. Right now I'm trying to build up a base with a whole bunch of auto farms so I don't need to farm for stuff like oxygen or carbon. Yeah, that's happening. That's happening. And we went to Shibuya. Yeah, that's right. I went to Shibuya on Saturday. I did not end up picking up any of the Elden Ring rings like I wanted to. And I'm actually kind of upset because I was going to grab one of the rings and a plushie, but they don't sell the plushies until November for some reason. And the rings look a lot different in person than they did on the website, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah. Yep. It's unfortunate. We played Kindergarten 3. I remember that released. I've been meaning to watch a playthrough of it. Because I don't really like playing the kindergarten games. But I love watching them because they're just so deranged. Gotta watch a playthrough of that. Yeah, other than that, not a whole lot happened. I was gonna go to an art exhibit this weekend, but then I was like, it's hot out. I don't wanna. So I didn't. I was just gonna do some packing, but wouldn't you believe it, I'm tired, so yeah, that didn't end up happening either. Sad. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Little V, little B, little C, little D. You need to turn your knee if you want to turn your feet. Yeah, again, that sounds about right for a twisted ankle, which you still haven't told me whether or not you've been to one of those free healthcare doctors yet. So I'm going to assume no, you have not, to which I will shake my finger disappointingly in your general direction there, Tibbs. Gotta go to the doctor. Gotta go get some doctoring, especially with that free healthcare. Imagine having free healthcare and not using it. Jesus. Jesus, Tibbs. Let's see. Get more reactors going. I don't really have any plans for today. I'm kind of just, I kind of just exist. I kind of just exist right now. So, yeah. Let's do a disruption mission just because. Why not? Why not? So, yeah, not a whole lot to talk about. Not a whole lot going on in old Brandy's life. I mostly just exist for the pain of existence. Actually, we could do arbitration with a group of people. Yeah, I can bring Auraxia. Yeah. Because I changed up my Auraxia build. Oh, excuse me. So the energy drains less. We could stay in her for longer. I'm not waiting 10 hours to get told I'm fine. Just take some pain meds over the counter and come back if the pain persists. So no one has seen fit to wrap or stabilize your ankle then. So I'm going to finger waggle. I'm finger waggling. Woo, there goes. You gotta go to a doctor, Tibbs. You gotta go at the very least to get that thing set. Your son is not even done. I know, you posted that on the Discord and I reacted to it on the Discord, if I do recall. Which I do recall. I also want to do some fan art or something. I just haven't had the energy this weekend. Partly because, well, you know, the professor made us show up in the class, which is actually something that I was going to bitch about, because I'm actually still kind of mad about this. In order to turn in our assignment, the professor has to give us a mini critique. I told her I didn't want the critique. You know, I'm joking around, joshing around and stuff. I'm like, oh, haha, you gonna give me an A? You gonna give me an A? Don't actually tell me. Don't actually tell me. Don't actually tell me. And then she's like, no, you're gonna get a C. I'm like, bitch. And she's like, yeah, look, the line work is shoddy. You did a bad job with the colors. Literally, those are her words. And I'm like, lady, calm down. Like, fucking ouch. Did not need that in my life. No. So yeah, that kind of stung. Just a bit, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It is what it is. She's generally pretty nice, just her critiques are they're a bit rough. They're definitely a bit rough. Why are you criticizing my art at art school? Okay, there's a difference between criticize my art at art school and then saying, yeah, your line work is shoddy and you did a crappy job with the color balancing, when that was exactly my intent. Like, there is such thing as harsh critique, Tibbs, and I did not want a harsh critique. I wanted just a critique. Big difference there. So, yeah. So I'm still smarting a little bit from that, unfortunately. So hopefully at least the other kids are nicer, because they're going to critique me as well, even though I really don't want them to, because I already know what's wrong with all my shit. Is what it is. Is what it is. Where's that guy? There's supposed to be an enemy around here. So, okay, he's over here, I guess. Fuck it. But why not? Disappointing. She's normally, like I said, very nice, just she's way too harsh with her critiques. Like, there's just ouch. I'm also upset too, because we did that little quick collaboration with Hexy, And I was having a great time. I had a fabulous time. You know what I mean? I was having an absolute grand time. And then I went through the VODs to go look at our VOD stuff, see if I could cut up anything in the clips. And all of my audio was muted. And it's like, no. Disappointing. Disappointing. I was funny as fuck through so much of that. And it's like, it's all gone now. It's all gone now. Oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well, well, well. You and he turned me off anyways. Thanks, guy. I really wish they wouldn't do that. Really nice. Still began perfectly have fun pause. Perfectly fine to make mistakes. Not attack at you. Just advice on how to improve moving forward. There's a difference between you should probably straighten out the line work here and the line work is shoddy and your color balancing sucks. Big difference, Tibbs. You gotta make proper use of the grammatical terminology. There's a difference between advice and then harsh. But what's done is done. She shot on my life anyways, even though I spent fucking days working on that. So not much to really be done for it. I pass anyways, so what the fuck do I care? I'm only here so I don't have to be in the US right now anyways. So, is what it is. Is what it is. Tired of my chest hurts. But c'est la vie. I'm debating on doing an Elden Ring playthrough too. I want to play Night Rain on Wednesday or do art stuff because I finally found examples of an art style that I really like, and I think I might be able to use these to learn a bit more about animation. Because I've been looking for examples of this specific style for a while. I wasn't able to find it because only one person does it, and they normally don't post their work. So to finally have them actually post it or somebody adjacent to them post it, it's like, yes, yes. So I can finally work at that. So I want to work at that in a couple days too. Oh, hello, Atrax. How you doing? How's life treating you? Is everything going well? We're currently just bitching and whining into the wind. You should probably hydrate. Oh, probably. It's a shame. Somebody hasn't. Fired off a hydrate redeem. There. Oh shit, there goes the thing. Oopsies. There we go. There, I did hydrate. And Tibbs fired off another one anyways, because reasons. There. You happy now? Looking up art you like is actually a big step towards improving, which is what I've been working at. However, also the professor gave us very vague instructions, so she got very vague work. It's not my fault she doesn't know how to give specifics. And it's also not my fault I only had about 6 days to work on it. Maybe next time I'll try an anime style instead. See where that goes. Might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. Who knows? We'll find out. We'll find out in a couple of weeks. Because past Thursday, because I do have to go into class this Thursday and possibly Tuesday, but past those two, I'm free for about 4 weeks. I also swapped out of Japanese 2 into some fruity liberal arts class. I don't really know what it is, but I don't care. It's not Japanese 2. So I get to work on that next semester. In the meantime, I'm also looking at various streaming add-ons, like a hand tracker. However, it's about $200, $300. The issue is there's not really a good vendor, it looks like, for me to draw from. So I'm having just a little bit of trouble getting my hands on the what's it called? The item in general. Also, it's $300, which is like, fuck. I have 420k points and still nothing big to redeem. I'm rich? No, I am not. I'm actually quite poor, Atrax. I've just saved my money over a very, very long time. And also, the reason why I'm even considering this is because my credit card gives me points whenever I spend money using it, and I've been saving up for about 2 years. Are you making a 2D or 3D model? 3D. However, as I go through this 3D model more and more, I kind of want to try and do a 2D model just to see how it fits, see if it kind of works for me. The big reason I'm kind of anxious about trying a 2D model, though, is because you need to be a bit more active with your you need to be a bit more active with the model to make it expressive. You need to be actually puppeting it with hotkeys and redeems and all this stuff, which I'm not really sure if I have the wherewithal to do. Whereas a 3D model with proper tracking, it's just me. So update the blend shapes a little bit, get a little bit better tracking software, and a 3D is more passively expressive, whereas a 2D is more actively expressive. If that makes any sense. In-game tricks meant for 420. Yeah, that does make sense actually. That makes a lot of sense. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. One of my professors, actually the same professor who was giving me that harsh ass critique, actually thinks I'm loaded IRL. So that's also really annoying. Yep. Is what it is. It is what it is, unfortunately. I'm trying to think of stuff to talk about, but my brain's currently drawing up some blanks. Because I already bitched about the professor, and I don't want to bitch about her anymore, just because I don't want to think about it. Like, just, I don't want to. Oh, Jesus. No. Thank you. And there we go. Got some energy back. So, just, yeah. Yep. Last Saturday was not a grand day. Was not a grand day. And I'm also really envious because, like, everyone else had just way better work than me. It's like, Jesus Christ. She says I'll pass, which is fine. That's fine. As long as I pass, the rest really doesn't matter. It's just, the perfectionist. You're sleepy. Night, Atrax. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good night. The channel point icon looks like the relic from Space Pirate gives you 3 storms at the end of start battle. Cool. Wasn't what I was going for, but cool. I was just going for some shinies. Yeah. Just some shiny diamonds that looked nice. And looked sufficiently channel pointy. Oh boy. Sufficiently channel pointy that it was clear what I was trying to do. I think it came out pretty okay. Pretty okay. It didn't come out like super great, but it wasn't going to come out super great. So it came out well enough. I think so. Yep. I want to work on a background again. See if I can cook up something a little bit better, because we cooked up the current one like several months ago. So I want to try and look at that. Cook up that a little bit. I'm just not sure what to make out of it yet. And I do want to try animations. Well, part of what I want to try with animations is it looks like Clip Studio is really not the greatest for animation work. It might actually be a better idea to do live 2D for passive animations, not just, 2D work and stuff. So I want to try and look at that too. See if maybe there's something I can learn / cook up in that department. Something interesting, right? But it's a lot of stuff that I want to do, not a lot of time to do it, especially when I'm going to be moving to the new apartment this week, because again, I go get the key tomorrow. I get the key tomorrow. wanted to get the key today or yesterday or a couple of days ago, but they're like, hey, you want to come in and do it on Saturday? And I'm like, okay, dokie, I guess I'm coming in. I mean, on Tuesday, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm fucking coming in on Tuesday to do this. Oakley dokley. Yep. This is great for animation, just not very intuitive, like from a technical standpoint. I sit on the mindset that the program you can use is better than the powerful program you can't. So if Clip Studio is too unintuitive for me to use properly, it's honestly not worth the trouble. Which maybe that's a hot take. I don't think so though. I don't think so. So I might just work on that for a bit. Which, by the way, did you see Hexy Pup the other day? She actually broke 2,000 followers and viewers during TennoCon. Like, holy crap, dude. I'm so happy I'm excited for her. Like, Jesus. That's an absurd amount of people. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, how? I'm actually kind of envious. Nah. But happy for her too. Hexy Pup, the person I was streaming with a couple days ago. She's a friend of ours. I agree, I still struggle with the layers of animation frames, something you would think is basic stuff. But yeah, like I said, Clip Studio is not really intuitive or user-friendly. Something a bit more user-friendly would probably be better for me. And Live 2D is free, and I do have it on my machine. It's been a while since I put it up, but it should be on my machine. Should be. So, yeah. Sorry if I'm a bit low energy, by the way. I didn't get any sleep last night. I went to bed at 11 and woke up at 4 because my life sucks. Yep. I tried taking a couple naps the other day, but yeah, that went about as well as it normally goes. Gonna go to the gym today. Might eat McDonald's. I don't really know yet. I'm trying to eat up the bulk, excuse me, of my food in the fridge so I don't have to worry about transporting it all. But I also just don't want any of the food in the fridge right now. Which reminds me, I do need to dump out some stuff because I have a bad habit where I just kind of buy food and stuff. I'm like, I'll cook that, and then it goes and turns bad, and it's like, oh, whoopsies. Want to buy dragon bones? Not particularly. What do you mean buy dragon bones, first of all? This guy is leeching like an absolute little son of a bitch. Alright. That cape is sick as fuck. I'm glad we have it. Stretch. I'm just so low energy all the time anymore, and I don't know why. Do. It is what it is. It is what it is. I want to buy Dragon Bones, the program. I've never heard of that before. Let me look at that. Let me see here. Dragon Bones software. 2D game animation and Rai media content platform. Ah, interesting. Oakley dokley. I want to use it for your indie game since I don't want to go for pixel art like everyone does. Well, not everyone does pixel art. Not everyone, but a lot of people. It's because pixel art's pretty fucking snazzy. Even on its worst day, pixel art's pretty good. Yeah, let's see now. I'm also prepping for the upcoming updates because it looks like we're gonna have a lot of really snazzy updates in Warframe soon, and I can't wait. Why do I have messages on my shit? Do. Okay. Let's see now. There's nothing really good in here that I want, though. Because we basically have everything in here. It's also kind of hard to breathe right now, so that's pretty nice too. Yeah. Yep. that's also sarcasm. I'm not enjoying myself with this whole breathing thing. Okay. We got about a half hour until the week resets. What do we want to do in the meantime? That's the question. I was thinking of just doing a mining stream on Warframe sometime where I just sit around and mine for crap. It'd be fun for me. It'd be fun for me, but I don't think it'd be fun for everyone else. CH. What was on the circuit this week? Dara, Sestra, Okina, Siberis, Sickers. I don't think I pick up the Sickers card. 40 plus damage to enemies below half health on body shots on weak point hit. That's interesting. Very interesting. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. That's very interesting. Oh, I already own it, so who cares? What we can actually do, since I already own that, is we can actually take a look. We'll try and build up a new pistol for once so I don't use the AQ-Core. I want to at least look and see what the Archimedias look like for that week before I swap over to something else. Hello, Thrax, you're still there. We're in the wrong place. We need to go over here. Sad. Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm currently going at kind of a mile a minute. Go. Pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it, boop. Do 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 do. I also need to do some stream maintenance too. That's right. Bit of stream maintenance I've been meaning to work on again. I don't want to work on it though. Maybe I'll do like a maintenance stream in a day or two or something. Alright, we're gonna evolve Incarnate weapons. We need the Sicaris. Ready, we need Necarious Pebbles. We need a lot of them. That's great. What about the rest of these? Incomplete Law? There we go. T-Rex Wraith ready to go. Anku ready to go. The Anku is apparently still trash, which I thought was really funny. People keep telling me motivation is a myth, but for me, working on motivation is nothing more than an old wives' tale. I see what people mean. I honestly see it. I don't think it's not a myth. I think it's more of an obsession. So do it tired. But I'm tired. Combo timer paused when this weapon is holstered. Yeah, this thing really is trash. What the fuck? What about this? What does this do? Plus everything. 300% combo chance. Increase range, movement speed. Also pretty trashy. This is just solid, but I don't want to use it because it's basically just the Paris. This I wanted to get for a while. I remember somebody did something kind of buggy with this that I thought was really funny. As well as this will cause enemies to explode. That's right. Yeah. I like making enemies explode when they die. It makes me feel nice and happy. Per enemy within 6 meters stacked up to 5 times. Ooh. Let's fire it up. We're gonna do some weird shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. We're gonna do some weird shit all the doo-dah day. Alright, let's go grab some Necarious Pebbles. We need some rocks. I need to go sleep soon. I have work tomorrow. I actually was wondering whether or not you did have work tomorrow because you were sitting around here. I remember you normally leave pretty soon now. 9 consecutive days. What the fuck? That's awful. What the fuck? That's terrible. Jesus. Ew. Ugh. My condolences, sir. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. Nope. Nope. You're a braver man than me. Somebody shoot you now? No, because that'd be a felony and I'd get in trouble for that. So, suffer. Ah. I'm also debating on changing when I stream soon. Because we'll have a lot more time, I'll have a lot more free time during the long breaks, you know. you know, change the days a little bit, change the hours. I won't have to worry about neighbors anymore, so I may be able to stream at what used to be my old times for a little bit. That could also be pretty nice too. That could be pretty nice too. Let's see. I'm starting to get the hang of Fury as well. Inflicting a status effect, restores. No. Come on. Nothing good. Well, this is pretty okay. Sure. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Normally I would take Garuda, but Zephyr has a crowd grouping ability, so it'll be a little bit more viable. Burst on. What is this? Ooh, the Dark Dagger. Very nice. It's fine. Ooh, even better than Maya. If I work for one more year here, there's a crossing where I almost get hit by a car. Jesus. Oh dear. Oh dear. Better days ahead, Tibbs. Better days ahead. Plus, aren't you starting up classes again soon? Surely, pretty sure you are, right? Or am I mistaken about that? He's gotta hold on for better days. I'm sure they're coming eventually. People keep telling me they're coming, and I've yet to see them. But, you know, the probability is in your favor. Fair enough. Fair enough. People keep telling me better days are ahead, and I've yet to see those mythical better days. Let's see now, there was a thing right about here. I've yet to see those mystical better days, though, so that's kind of frustrating, too. Next fall? Jesus, I thought I distinctly remember you only took this job because you missed the sign up for that's right, getting in the dorms. You had to get a place to go. I meant probability to get hit by a car. Come on. I don't care about the dialogue. Holy crap. All right, finally. Where's the first one at? There we go. It is what it is. Come on, grab that. Thank you. Maybe I don't know what to tell you there, Tibbs. I hope you get a better job soon because that's just not a way to be living. You know what I mean? Oh, come on. No, and that's great. Buggy game design. There we go. Come on, hurry up. Thank you. There we go. Now we're going places. Yeah. I'm just so tired anymore. You know what I mean? Just so fatigued. I was doing better for a little bit because I cut back on the amount of sugar I was eating, which I think is a part of the issue. I've been having some sweets again lately because, oh boy, I've been watching the news again, which I know I shouldn't be. I'm mostly joking, of course, no need to worry about me, but I can see why you would think that. Well, I'm not worried about you jumping out in front of a car, if that's what you're thinking. I'm more sitting here like that's just not a mindset people should live with, if that makes any sense. It's a bit too I've lived with that mindset before, and I can tell you pretty confidently. It's not fun. Did not enjoy that. You should be facing the correct direction now, because you have to be facing towards the center. The centaur. Also, I have to pop this open. Disable security. Here we go. There we go. Alright, so that's one down. One down. Now we're going to the next one. Let's see now. Where is it at? We're on the wrong way. We gotta go the other way. We gotta go here now. So yeah, been frustrated about streaming stuff for a while. Let's see now. been frustrated for a while. Been trying to put out better content, more content. Been trying to think of content to put out as well. But nothing, no, nothing really comes to mind that I want to do. I don't want to just keep playing games all the time. I don't know what else to do, to be honest. Or just working on whatever crappy pieces of art I want to set up. That too. I think I will end up doing Wisp as my next thing though, because they just announced Wisp Proto Frame, which I'm absolutely gonna pick up. That one's a hard yes. I want to grab that. Do a bit of work on that. So maybe I'll end up doing Jacko Pose Wisp after all, since I can't post the Valkyrie at all. Could be a cool idea, something to work on. Especially because like I learned a lot working on that Valkyrie fan art. I learned a lot. So I'm actually kind of happy of how all that went. I don't want to burn out. Like I've been taking a break because I was stressed with everything, especially the what's it called? Especially with the finals and one in that fucking Japanese class. Like Brandy's definitely been bugging a little bit. Just a little bit. Once I calm down in a few weeks, because I'm gonna be pretty hot and bothered once I get to the new apartment, because I'm gonna be settling into the apartment. But once I get used to that, things should be fine. I just need to find the right hole in the ground. It's gonna be around here somewhere. It's gonna be one of these three that we were just at. It's gonna be one of the three. So is it this one? Maybe. It is not. So it's the last one. See what synth means when he says this one's pretty involved. There's a lot you gotta do for it. Down here. And come on. Wish you could have like a hoverboard or stuff in here. That'd be so nice. Here we are. This one. It's an interesting emote. It's cute. I've also been wanting to work on more emotes too. But I don't think I have any more room for emotes because I'm too small as a streamer. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll be bigger as a streamer. I've also been wanting to boost the server. I've been wanting to do that. But the Discord server, I mean. But I don't think it's going to change much of anything. Besides, give us a few more emotes and stuff that, no one's really going to use. So it's like, who cares? Watch the laser beam. Let's see. Those. Not that one. It's going to be one of these. Is it that one? Yeah, it's that one. Okay. That. Nope. Yep. Thank you. Nope. You are gonna go. Okay, didn't mean to do that. You're going there. You got for participating in a level 4 hype train. Was that the one of Hexy? That feels like it was the one with Hexy. Because I remember we did end up getting a hype train with that. I was actually really surprised about. Where'd that ball go? Ball. Here, ball. You. Let's see now. Ball go in here. Ooh, careful. None of those. Doesn't look like any of those. Nope. It's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them eventually. We're rounding around, so I think those are it. No, it's from before. Ah, I see. It might be that one. So it actually might be this one. So we're gonna pop that. No, stop that. Gib. Toss that in there. So now it's that one. Doobie 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 doo. I got up to go to the bathroom. Forgot your foot's not working properly. Yeah, because you won't go to the freaking doctor. Imagine going to the doctor and getting your issues cared for. Wild, I know. Nothing over there. Whoopsies. Please, thank you. Ah, there we go. That one's correct. Should be, yep, this one. Gib. That one too. Just gonna pop you open. Actually, that one might. No, it's not. Actually, yes, it is. Oh, wow, would you look at that? That one's already in the right place. So I think so. Looks like it. Yeah. The only doctor I go to is the emergencies, and this is not that. Well, then you're just kind of suffering your own consequences, then, aren't you? There we go. Looks like we're trying. Okay, that one's correct. So we should be missing one then. This is correct. That's correct. What do you do? Yeah, that one's correct. None of them should be repeating. So that shape is incorrect then. At least that's what it looks like. What is that supposed to be then? Oh. Ow. Okay, so that one was correct. So let's do this. No, stop that. Thank you. Oh, I remember. We also have to hit one of these. Yeah, we have to do a thing. Yeah, this. We'll get there. Ah, look at that. So scanner might actually be correct then. We'll find out. No. 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 All right, yeah, so scanner was correct. Give me this. Where does it go? Where does it go? It looks like it goes in here, so in it goes. Pop. Might be that. I don't think so, though. No. You kind of just have to keep going after a while. Might be that. Yeah, because it's going to be that one right there. Okay. That one's fine. Give me this one. This keeps regrowing. No, stop setting me on fire, please. Or it could be that one. No, it's not. There she goes. Wow, I'm learning. Every third melee attack does toxin. Thank you. Oh, would you look at that? Wow, can't get on my horsey. There she goes. Yeet on up. Come on. And it's bugging. There we go. See you another time. Bye-bye. Have a good night, Tibbs. Stay safe. Remember, go to the doctor for that foot. Otherwise, it's not going to get better. Let's see now. Where are we going next? Because I'm trying to get the double resources so we don't have to farm as much before we actually try and grab those Necarious Pebbles. So we're just kind of looking at all the free-ish decrees real fast. Actually, since we got the toxin one, we should be able to do this one pretty quickly. And also we can just do this. Yeah. Easy as that. Give me extra mag capacity. They might also finally, after all these years, be releasing Zephyr Deluxe. I remember when they first teased it way back in the day. My goodness. Long time ago, that was. Way back in the olden days of Warframe. There we go. Double drops. So now we can start. Okay, that's great. Hello, hi. Good to see y'all. Please go away. Come on. Where are they? See, I don't like the limbless enemies because they just turn invisible and screw off. Really annoying not having the same tools that I do for the other enemies who share their AI, because I think they share AI with a very specific enemy in the game, the Grenier Maniac, that's the word. They share a lot of their AI with them, so kind of annoying. Kinda. You shinies. We'll grab this. This will be funny. Hello, Curse. How you doing? What do I think of Wisp Protoskin? Dude. Dude. Oh, I definitely have a type. Guys. Oh my lordy, that's good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to her, and it's that skin. Yeah, that's a skin. We'll be able to buy that skin, and I'm going to do fan art of it so I can learn how to do faces better. So right now I'm just debating, do I want to wait until she comes out so I can see it all more properly, or do I just want to kind of start now? I meant your type is that skin. Eleanor, that skin. Generally the overconfident, tall goth chick. Yeah, that's kind of my jam. I'll take short as well, but you know, goth chick, overconfident. Oh, wow. That's that stuff. That's that good stuff. I think I might swap over to her from Eleanor, because Eleanor I kind of just took as like, yeah, this is vibes. You know, out of the original showing of Hex. Like, I took one look at Wisp and I was like, damn, Daniel. Damn, that's that good stuff. But we'll see what the personality is first. I need personality to go with my face. You know what I mean? I wish I could be like one of those freaks that just look at a pretty face and they're like, good enough, but it's not your boy. How are you doing, by the way? You doing well? Love and life. We're currently working on grabbing some Necarious pebbles so I can get the Sickros Incarnate. I don't know how to feel about the hero design. I don't like it. But, I mean, if other people like it, then what the fuck do I know? That's kind of how I'm going to approach the situation. Excuse you. I don't know why my transference is charging so quickly, but I'm here for it. Come on, hurry up. Come here, nerds. Come on, Huggies. I have Huggies. Where's he? Oh, I just blind fired and got his ass. Yeah, I don't like Harrow, like, at all. I think he looks stupid and dumb. But I mean, he's going to be somebody's gem, and I level with that. You know what I mean? I fuck with that. If as long as somebody enjoys it, then is it really that bad? I'm definitely surprised they did Harrow. Harrow's like, that one's actually surprising. Comp I don't want to make fun judgment just yet, but I'm not a fan of it. I can already tell just by looking at it, I'm not going to enjoy Harrow. I can just tell. I just look at him, looks like, yep, nope, I'm good. And that's okay. That's okay. Not everyone's going to bot. Not everyone's going to be a W. So it is what it is. Yeah, why is my transference instantly charging? What the fuck? Please go away, Saw. There he goes. I don't really have too much to say about it though. I'm much more interested in Tao. I'm very, very interested in Tao. Because I think what we're going to be doing is we might, keyword here is might, we might be doing some fucky wuckies with the space-time continuum, because the vibe I get is that we're going to be transporting ourselves back in time to various part of the second Tao works. Apparently there was a second one. And we're going to be editing how the events played out. That's what I think is going to happen. Which, super on board with that. Super on board. Well, not actually. I'm not actually super on board with that. but I kind of like the idea of it, like, because it looks like modern day Tau, right, is going to be a wasteland, even though all they showed us was a moon. So maybe they're going to set it up so we change how some past events go. At least that's kind of the vibe I initially got. However, it also appears that the Lotus was just kind of going through memories almost. I'm not really sure. The new frame is called Uriel. It's seemingly religious thing. I mean, he is the devil frame. Harrow is a priest. Wisp kind of looks like a nun. I think they're going for that kind of vibe. That's the reason I can think of Harrow. Yeah, that seems to be the vibe they're going for, which I respect it. I fuck it with it. I fuck with it. It's not super my jam, but whatever. I still don't like Harrow though. Harrow still looks a bit weird. Yeah, I don't vibe with Harrow. Harrow I don't vibe with. I don't, it's the headdress. I think that's why. It's the headdress. Because he still has that really stupid headdress. Yeah. That's probably why. Even if it weren't for just how bitchy he looks, that headdress is doing him no favors. And then obviously Wisp is Goonbait, which I'm chill with. I'm chill with that. And then Uriel, obviously, which is supposedly supposed to be kind of the last work Minky did before he passed away. So we'll just have to wait and see, though. We'll have to wait and see. At the very least, I'm glad they are not abandoning 1999, because I honestly thought we were going to get no more 1999 shenanigans, and that was sad to me. If they turned Rel into a proto-fame, I'd be game. No, because I wouldn't, because he's canonically a disabled child. So if they did that, at the very least, don't make him romanceable, because that would be like really weird. So yeah, other than that, I don't think they will though, because the proto frames are frames that are people that Entrati hit with the helmet, and yeah, operators are supposed to be immune to all forms of infestation, so I don't think Rel can be a helmet. I mean, a proto frame. So, I wouldn't be game, but I'm sure some other people might be. And you know. Kind of dead, but also not really. But I'd be game if they whole ass turned Rel into Harrow. I mean, he kind of was, because what was it, in the lore, he just straight up abandoned his body in favor of his Harrow frame. So I mean, he in a manner of speaking, he was Harrow. In a manner of speaking, mind. But it is what it is. I'm just really interested in Tau. Mostly because I've been very interested about what the Orokin Empire looked like at its height. So we're gonna get to see that whole hog, and I am so jazzed for that. Like, absolutely, please let me see what was happening during the Orokin Empire. That's my jam, you know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah. Other than that, though, I'm just kind of I'm willing to go with the ride. I'm a little anxious about the focus rework, because they said they're going to focus on what's it called? They're going to focus on ultimates. They said. I don't know if you were playing the game during the original Focus Ultimates, but they were kind of trash, and I think it's going to be the same thing. Like, they showed off the really cool Nairman polearm, and my problem is, like, where is that going to fit in traditional gameplay? You know what I mean? If that doesn't do enough damage to kill at high-level enemies, it's just going to feel kind of stupid. You know what I mean? So if it doesn't do enough damage, it's going to feel really dumb. If it does too much damage, it's going to be mandatory. If they do the thing they used to do, where using it gives you a permanent buff through the mission, it's just going to make itself mandatory all over again. So I'm not super jazzed about that. It looks sick as fuck. It looks sick as fuck. But I'm kind of like, I think we're about to see history repeat itself in a bit of a small way. How many delays do you think Tau will have? Several. I am not expecting Tau until the end of next year at the earliest. Like the moon, the stuff they showed up at TennoCon, I'm expecting it at December. Okay, that I'm expecting what we saw at TennoCon December. They said fall, I say December. Tau proper, because all we're going to be getting is that first moon. Tau proper, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a long while. Yeah. But that's okay. We're here for the ride, right? Let's see. There we go. We're here for the ride. You know what I mean? I have other video games I can play. I'm not gonna let myself get too hyped up. As long as I started playing in late 17 to 18. So you were right on time for current focus rework. So you probably, yeah, I don't think you saw old focus. Old focus would charge throughout the mission, and then once you used it, if you were far enough in your tree, you got some fancy schmancy buffs. Like I distinctly remember Narrowmon used to be the most used focus school because after using it, every time you got a critical hit with your melee weapon, it would turn you invisible for like 3 seconds. So then you could just stay permanently invisible by running a melee build. Like, it was basically mandatory for melee builds just because of how stupidly powerful that was. Madurai was functionally useless and does mostly what it does now. Once you used your ability, you'd get more damage. Basically, all the others were basically useless. Like, I didn't mean to hit that. But yeah, old focus was pretty crappy. Don't get me wrong, being able to turn it invisible on critical hit, lovely. I was having a great time with that. But for the game they were trying to make, kind of bad, you know? So yeah, and you also had to wait throughout the mission for it to charge. But one thing I did like about it is you basically needed those focus skills in order to kill sentience, which is something I hope we go back to. Like, I miss how ball-crushingly difficult sentients were. Like, sentients used to be an actual threat. Arcane Crepuscular Calervo, yeah, basically. But sentients used to be like an actual threat. Like they would get up to like 99% damage reduction on every element you used, which basically made them fucking unkillable. And it was pretty sick. And then you would have to use the focus school in order to reset their adaptability. Like they were a real deal threat. And now there's kind of not. Like I remember the best build against sentients back in the day was actually the Ogress and the Tonkor, because they could deal enough upfront damage to potentially kill a sentient before it got its resistances up. So that was actually a viable way of handling sentients back in the day. And I kind of missed that. Like I missed them being an actual credible threat and not just a vague annoyance. Like they're still kind of threatening because you know they can kind of show up and do a lot of damage, but I'm not feeling threatened most of the time. Most of the time I'm just like, oh, sentients invading, oopsies, they're gone. You know what I mean? All right, we'll call that enough. Well, we're gonna leave Devere, go back to our Dorma Zone. I'm on day 400 login. Should I take Prime Surefooted for the memes? I don't use Prime Surefooted. What are your other options though? Like Prime Surefooted does have uses though. I don't like it, but it does have uses. What are your other options? I think that's more important. Because if you could get, I don't know, something better, maybe. It's not my I am still in control of my Warframe. Damn. What's up, bud? How you doing? Boop, 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 boop. Hey, you guys like tits? I like tits. You like titties? You like tatas? Ooh. Ooh. Look at that back. Look at that back. Ooh. All right, well, let's... Okay. Oh, no, that did not fix it. Ooh, an interesting bug. Prime Sure-Footed, Primed... Oh, Prime Fury and Prime Shred. I would choose Prime Fury or Prime Shred. Those are both really good. I wouldn't take Prime Sure-Footed, though. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't take Prime Sure-Footed. Not one compared with Shred and Fury. I'd take Fury, though. Fury's probably the best one. Let's see what happens when I go in here. My Warframe went up. Oh, nope. She's over here. Awesome. That's really cool. That's an interesting bug, that's for sure. Let's see what happens now. All right, looks like we're fine. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. Problem solved. Whee, that was definitely an interesting bug, though. I don't know why that happened. Don't know why. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna grab the Succaris. It used to be called the Succaris because of how bad it was. Way back in the day. Once upon a time. Stretch. Going over here. Let's see. We're gonna grab Valky here. And we're just going to upgrade some weapons real fast because fuck it, why not? Why not? Because we can. That's why. This, we're going to grab, I don't remember what it was. It was, these. We're going to do some upgrading. We're going to do some upgrading. We're going to pop that there. This thing sounds like it wants headshots, so we're going to do some headshot nonsense. Yep. We're just going to pop that there. Temporary. Actually, we're also going to do an upgrade. We're going to put a V polarity on here. V. Hit OK. That way we're upgrading while we work. We're going to grab another weapon adapter. We're going to pop that there. We're going to grab another V, if you can believe it. V there. Thank you. What's your unique trait? 20 initial combo. I mean, sure. And this causes enemies we kill to explode. So I think that sounds like fun. I like explode. Oh, 20-second combo duration too. What the fuck? I like exploding enemies though. It makes me feel good about myself when I see my enemies go. You know what I mean? So first things first, we have to complete a solo mission with both of these. That won't take long, so we'll just do that. Go over here. We're gonna go to this one. I want to play Minecraft again soon too. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that I want to do that I'm just so tired all the time. Hello, excuse you. You coming with me? Thank you for your cooperation. And I'm so mad too because Valkyrie Heirloom is supposed to come out on the 20th. It's the 21st for me. It's not out yet. And they're like, oh, it's coming out tomorrow, guys. I'm like, no, 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 no. You said the 20th and it's the 21st now. Like, come on, man. Man, I wanted to color it. I wanted to color her in on stream, but now I'm not going to get to do that because I'm not going to wait until Wednesday to do that. You know what I mean? Like, why? Why would I? No, no, no. Not I. Not I, say Bondia. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I like it when they explode. Exploding enemies is funny. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-dum. Here we go. I also need to download Unity. So apparently Unity works better with Vroid than Blender. So I might as well take a look and see what I can do with that. 2D model, 3D model, this model, that model, that model, this model. Everything with purpose. Tired. Charts. I really don't want to go to the gym today either because it's Monday, so you know the gym is going to be packed. But I've been skipping so many gym days lately that I've actually lost a lot of muscle mass. All right. Base damage by 40, 0% crit on body shots, 150 on weak point, or 40% extra more damage on enemies below half health. For simplicity's sake, right now we're going to take that one. Kill 100 enemies while in incarnate form. That's fine. This one. Yeah, increase that speed. Activate this weapon incarnate 6 times in a mission. We're going to bring Garuda for this. Reason why is so we can get the kills with the Sikaris a lot easier. Yep. So this one's going to be a little bit different now. Because what we need to do is we need to get the incarnate form 6 times, uno mission, and a bunch of kills, obviously, with the Sikaris. Shouldn't be too difficult, though. Shouldn't be too bad. Damn, there is a lot of stream delay right now, and I do not know why. There we go. Fix my wrist a bunch. Boop. Thank you. I could have probably upgraded the Furax as well, but it's probably going to be fine. Probably. Yep, and there all they go. I probably should have upgraded the Sikaris as well. Oh well. Shit happens. Partying naked. Let's see what we can. Ooh, speedy. That's going to be okay. That's going to be the ricochet effect too, and the speediness is the Furax mod because that's adding a lot of fire rate to our secondary weapon. It's adding a lot more than you think. So let's get the Furax going real fast. So only got to get to 6. So that's 1 time. Give it a second. You'll see the achievement pop up. Yep, there it is. Activate the incarnate 5 times in any mission. That's going to be Nightwave. That's also going to be Nightwave. This is nice. This is actually kind of snazzy. Very nice. So I think there's also a way to forcibly reset the incarnate. It's been a while since I've done this. It's been a while since I farmed out a melee incarnate. But I do believe there's a woo, exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. There we go. Now the enemies do not move. Thank you. So what I'm thinking about for this build is a couple of things. Because of the ricochet effect, it's possible for us to turn this weapon into an AoE weapon and be really stupid with it. The problem, though, is with that headshot multiplier, it does a lot more damage with the secondary acuity mod. So there is an incentive. There is an incentive to just lean all the way into crit shenanigans for the fun of it, right? There's a big reason to do that. So I'm not really sure yet. However, we have all 100 kills we need. So now we kind of just need to figure out how to get this Furax to reset itself. I believe falling off a cliff should work, but we need to find a cliff. And it also might not work. It's entirely possible. In that case, we'll look at the mods we have on it, and we'll go from there. Survey says no. Okay, so you cannot reset the Furax by jumping off a cliff. You can by dying, but we are not going to be able to spam that, unfortunately. See it. Go down here. All right. However, we do keep that upgrade. So what we're going to do is reload speed so we can transform it easier. 40 headshots, 1 mission. Easy money. Do 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 do. We're just gonna take a look at some visual things. So, permanent pistol gambit. This is a burst fire weapon. Sorry. Okay. Ah, there goes my jaw. Finally. I was trying to pop that for a while. Let's see. So what we could do is just lean all the way into damage for a moment, but I think we might be able to do more of this, such as leaning into multi-shot and fire rate. Whee! What else do we really want? I want to do creeping bullseye for the extra crit. Actually, no, you don't really get much more crit. You lose a lot of crit, actually. So we might as well go into crit damage, such as this for the extra funny numbers. Merciless gunfight. Actually, Merciless Gunfight might be better. So we pop that right there. This can go over here. This cannot go over here. This can go over here. There you go. And then we have enough left over for 1 elemental mod. 1 elemental mod. Frostbite just to slow them down and keep them crowd controlled. So big brain thoughts, big brain thoughts, big brain thoughts. We need activate this 6 times in 1 mission. So, can I melee influence? Yes, I can. So if we can melee influence, this gets a lot easier to do. Influence goes there. So now we just need electricity. Give me that. And congrats. That's basically good enough. We can pop a blue potato in here because I just made one. There we go. Blue potato goes in there. We make gas. Violent Scourge. Volcanic Heat. Bob's your uncle. High critical chance too. Wowzers. Wow. We can put that there, which will give us even more fire rate on the melee. And then, be spicy. I kind of want to be spicy. And it's not mixing with the electricity. Good to see. Love to see that. So that like that. We could do condition overload. Condition overload is feasible on this. 1.5 meters, 90% follow through. So we can comfortably stick in prime to reach temporarily, and this is a build. It's not a great build, but it is most definitely a build. So then we can grab something a bit more engaging. Just a bit. Yes. Oh, also let us swap out our pet. We're going to grab Wormy Worm. Worm's going to take care of us. And now we just kind of get to work. Go over here, Conjunction Survival again. We're going to pop Forma. Gotta keep getting more Forma. I wonder when we're going to get a Kome skin. Dude, could you imagine? Wait, you know who we could have gotten instead of Harrow? We could have gotten Kome, dude. Dude, they wanted to do the whole religion thing. They could have done Kome. Bruh. Think about it for a minute. That would have been so sick. Bruh. And think about it. A lot of new players would want that Kome skin because Kome's kind of, you know, she's kind of the bae right now for new players. Also, we already got 40 headshots, which that took a lot less time than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be like, yeah, you need to do 40 headshot kills, not, oh, just tap them in the head 40 times. Jesus. It's kind of fucked up when you think about it. Oh, well. Is what it is. Give me that. Kill 16 enemies, 20 meters away. So yeah, I do like Kome as well. I just don't always use her because, you know, she's not really good in a lot of circumstances. She's only really good when she's able to get the decrees. I wish they would give us a augment for her that would allow her to choose the decrees instead of course we have to go with Intimirs. I would really like if they allowed us to choose the decrees instead of just randomly handing us one. That would be very nice, I feel like. Yeah. Yep. But I suppose that might be a bit much to ask for, unfortunately. Come on, give me those 10 kills. 42 kills, Jesus. Actually, maybe that's what they're going to do for the what's it called? For the new ultimates. They might be making they might be like arch guns, right? Arch guns? They might be doing like arch melee shenanigans, arc gun edition. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going through DE's mind. I just want more stuff. I want more stuff. I'm trying not to think about all the Tau stuff too much just because I want more. You know what I mean? I just want more DE. I just want more of whatever it is DE is selling. Does that make sense? I feel like that's a pretty cool take. Let's see. I just want more of what they're selling. Just give me more of it. Just give me all of that directly into my face hole, please, and thank you. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty cool take. Pretty cool take overall, I feel like. Just give me more. Just give me more. I'm gonna buy Caliban Prime Access because I'm basically one of those guys that buys all the Prime Accesses now at this point. Which, you know, I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. Because also, the operator suit they teased looks kind of snazzy. I'm wondering what the helmet looks like. The helmet looks, I want to know. The rest of it looks kind of snazzy. I don't appreciate how lopsided it is, but you know, other than that, that's kind of just a minor quibble at a point too, when you think about it. A minor whinge, as it were. Electricity status effect. So we can do melee. We're gonna have to do melee. 26 enemies, and we're already climbing up, so it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I forgot that I was supposed to be evolving it. Whoopsies. So, yeah. Yep. Stressful day ahead. Stressful days ahead. Gotta move all of my crap. I gotta move my computer. I gotta move my monitor. I gotta move all kinds of shiz I don't want to move. So I'm a little anxious, little nervous about everything. It is what it is. It is what it is. I do kind of want to give up on streaming sometimes though, because it doesn't feel like I'm making any progress in any of my goals. Like I started yeah, it really doesn't, does it? Because I started streaming as a way to kind of help me cope with all the issues I was having after retiring. But it doesn't really feel like it's helping anymore. It kind of feels like I'm actually more lonely than before. Even though I'm meeting a lot of people online, I'm making friends. It is a struggle. I saw a streamer who I saw start streaming after me. They blew up really bigly, right? They became like an actual big deal streamer. And I saw them announce their graduation, and they graduated last night. I'm not sure how to feel about that, to be honest. Like it's like I watched their entire career. I watched them be everything I want to be, and then they quit. It's like, bruh. I'm just not really sure how to feel about that. It feels very strange. It feels very strange. So yeah. Oh, Hobbs, hello! Hi, Hobbs. Hello, Raiders. How you guys doing? How's life treating you? Here, give me 1 second. I'll shout you guys out. What you guys? How's stream? What were you guys watching? Right now, we're just farming out. I'm actually working on what's it called? Little Hobbs. Please work. Yeah, there we go. Did I get the right one? I think I did. Yes, I did. Hello. We're actually working on the what's it called? I'm working on the Incarnins for the Sikaris and the Furax because I finally had enough Pathos clamps left over to just kind of pick them up for whatever reason. So I was like, sure, why not give them a shot? You know what I mean? So far, they're actually pretty not bad. And I ran out of operator juice. We're also kind of struggling right now because both of them kind of suck when they're not fully upgraded. So, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. But how was stream? Did you have fun? Did you enjoy yourselves? Have a good time? Please give me my grenade. Please give me my grenade. Please give me the grenade. Stop with the Jade Eximus too. I'm so sick of Jade Eximus enemies, by the way. They're so trash. Like, they're not as bad as Nullifiers, but holy crap. You know what I mean? All right. Can I finally get him? Thank you. And the Legatus enemies. Those are the worst. All right, we're halfway there. Ooh, Jesus. I love the Sikaris, especially when it was broken for a few days. You were playing, ooh, First Ascendant. How are you enjoying it? I played it for a little while when it came out, but it didn't quite fit me. You know what I mean? It didn't quite fit, so I kind of fell off of it. It was very much well, I don't want to say that it was like the Gooner game, but it felt kind of like a Goon game. You know what I mean? I just didn't like how hard it was to progress and how kind of samey the progression was up until a point. How was it though? Were you having fun? Have they changed the game any? Because, you know, I wouldn't mind trying it again if they got rid of some of my quibbles and some of my problems. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind too much, which reminds me, we need to transform this thing again. There she goes. So, yeah. Yep. Come on. Give me all the stuff. I wish I had my OcuCore right now. This would be a lot easier to do, the sliding thing. I also gave up on day one, but you're really addicted. See, that's some good news. That's good news. I might have to re-download it. I'm actually moving to my new apartment tomorrow and over the next couple days. Since I really don't need to evacuate the dorms for a while, I'm planning on taking my time moving out and stuff. So, you know. Here's what we're going to do. Yeah, there you go. Come on, one more. Yeah, look at me go. Wheel, spicy with it. Not wrong, the skins do be a little Gooner Paradise, but it's pretty good. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trashing whatsoever, sir. I liked a lot of those skins. Those are so, they're pretty, a lot of them are pretty tasteful. But I also just didn't like a lot of the characters. The gameplay, I liked the gameplay, but it's like some of the missions got too samey. Like the escort quests were driving me up the wall. I think they're the survey quests, actually. The survey quests were on like my last nerve. I just couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So like that's kind of what took me out of it. Also, they went full Gooner. They got bikini skins. They were going to get bikini skins. The fact they didn't release with them is honestly kind of surprising to me. But I'm not trashing. I'm not trashing on the Goonerness. Like, look at Warframe, dude. Did you see Tennokan? Like, let's call a spade here, right? I think we could all agree. Warframe beyond that nonsense. And that's okay. I don't have anything against it. I'm just kind of like, I'd like a little bit more substance. I do appreciate my cool skins too. You know what I mean? I want a good balance of them. And I want a way to acquire each skin without opening my wallet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like those are all pretty reasonable things to want and ask for. But you know. Not only bikini skins, but you can get dyes where like mine it's skin color. Ooh, so they start. I remember they had dyes in the game, and I was upset about them. That's right, because they were, what was it? You couldn't just earn them. That's right. Too much pay cosmetics. I really don't like pay cosmetics. Pay cosmetics upset me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I'm okay if Warframe's pay cosmetics because there's so many cosmetics that aren't pay cosmetics. So it's just kind of like whatever, and you can earn the currency in game really easily. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean? Like I know that's a bit of a weird stance to have, but it's like the new frames are starting to look more and more enticing. The fact that Lorac, they're somehow impregnable. Yeah, good old Warframe. Oh, scheiße. Uh-oh. Hang on. We're currently suffering. Come on, grenade. Where's he at? Where's he at? And hopefully, oh, he's right there. Hi, bud. Hi. Please die, please die, please die. Where'd he go? There we go. Okay, we're back in it. We're back in it. Words. Word speak. Very difficult. Warframe has been leaning into Goonfest pretty bad lately. I'm not mad about it, but I wouldn't mind if they went back to some cool skins, you know? Like the new Valkyr heirloom skin. I love Valkyr, right? Valkyr is the best Warframe. Is it Steel Path? Yes, it is. Valkyr is like my favorite Warframe. I'm so jazzed for the heirloom skin. However, I really prefer the initial renditions of the skin. Like, I appreciate the exposed hip and everything, but I think the skin was better when it was a bit more clothed. That's just me. I'm not saying that from a prude perspective. I'm saying that from it genuinely looked more interesting when it was less hip and thighs. Does that make sense? Like, maybe that's a bit of a white hot take, but you know. I think we can just transform this one more time. Come here. Come here, give me hugs. But yeah, I normally play on Steel Path. We don't really have anything to farm for except, you know, what we're currently farming for. So we're just kind of enjoying ourselves, having the day we deserve. And next, I want to at least take a look at the Archimedias and see what the vibe is for today. Whether or not there is a mission, whether or not it's missions in frames I'm willing to suffer through, or if it's, you know, not. So yeah, but I also forgot to introduce myself. I'm sorry. Hi Raiders, my name is Brandir. I stream on days of the week. I sometimes do Warframe, I sometimes do art stuff, I sometimes do things other than Warframe. So hello! Feel free to follow, join the Discord, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. There you go, introduction over. Oh dear, oh dear. I'd be playing Warframe, but like the only thing I can do is grind MR and that's really it. Yeah, I'm basically in the same position. But I just had the hankering to play for a little bit. I kind of want to play No Man's Sky right now because I started up a permadeath playthrough of No Man's Sky, and I'm kind of farming through it right now. But, you know. Heavy attack steel. Okay, that one's useless. I have many frames. All are built just to have fun, and they're truly built to do FU damage. No, I feel that. I only really use a handful of frames just because I don't care about some of the other frames, like Limbo. Bruh. Limbo, the worst Warframe. I don't care that they're reworking him. I'm not going to play him. Like, it's Limbo. I was playing the game when Limbo first came out. And I need you to understand, I hate Limbo to this day. I cannot stand Limbo whatsoever. So, yeah. What was it? They said they're going to be working on an Oberon skin. Good. I mean, an Oberon rework. Good for Oberon. Still don't care. Just not my jam. You know what I mean? No Man's Sky is amazing. They keep making it better. It just feels like there isn't much to do after getting good stuff. That's because there really isn't. The big issue No Man's Sky has right now is there's no point to No Man's Sky. They built the game with the intent for it to be an exploration game in the vein of Minecraft. The problem, though, is there's no reason to explore, which is something they still suffer from. It's still a fun, enjoyable game, but that's like its big struggle, you know what I mean? It just doesn't know what it wants to be. I know a dude who loves Limbo. Oh. I remember when Limbo first came out and you could banish allies to his pocket dimension for 70 seconds and there was nothing they could do. There was no ability damage, damages enemies inside or outside the void. There was no backflip out of it. Limbo couldn't even take you out of the void. If you got into his void hole, that's it. You were stuck for 70 seconds. Trash. Never again. Those were good days, though, because they did have, back when the Tonkor still had rocket jump, that was pretty sick back in the day. I'm not going to lie. Rocket Jump Tonkor was like the jam. I miss that. I miss that a little bit. You know what I mean? The olden days of Warframe. Oh well. I am excited for the new stuff though. Really jazzed. I was watching TennoCon after the fact because you know I'm in Japan right now. But oh, it's just like yes, you know what I mean? I love it whenever they do big releases and stuff. We just see all the kinds of nonsense they're getting up to and whatever it is DE does. I can't wait for I cannot wait for Wisp Proto Frame to come out. Gonna pick that up right away, and depending on the personality, I might be swapping over to her from Eleanor, just because I like the Goth baddie. Like the Goth baddie is like, come on, come on. How could you not? You know what I mean? How could you not do the Goth baddie? I will do Eleanor that dirty. But until then, like I think they said they're gonna release it in fall or something. So it'll probably be closer aligned with the what's it called? They'll probably release that towards October timeframe, since you know Devil Frame, Priest, all that stuff. You might get more of a Halloweeny kind of update vibe from that. Wouldn't be upset with that. I wouldn't be upset with that. Just you know that might be what they're aiming for, which is a little disappointing. They are releasing Valkyrie Heirloom tomorrow, which I'm finally wait for. If I'm lucky, they released her just now and she's waiting for me in the market. Probably not, but you know, man can dream, can he? Man can. Oh, stretch. Man can dream. Oh well. Maybe I should download Last Descendant again. I've been looking for new MMOs to get onto lately because I've kind of played out Warframe with my 4,090 hours in it. It's time for a new game, but I haven't had a new game for like a really long time. Let's see. Challenge unlocked. What do we want? Increase base status chance by a critical. Thank you. So now we get funny numbers. Yeah, funny enough. Here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna pop heat on this for now. The reason we're gonna pop heat on here is for the dot damage, and you, sir, you've got problems. Combo attack pauses, +1 range. 30 enemies with lifted status. I hate that. I hate that so much. That's so ass. But then we can increase the status chance by 14%. Double check. Yeah, disappointed. Siege. So 30 enemies, lifted status. Should be pretty simple to do. We just have to ground pound or something, and they'll just kind of evaporate as we go, hopefully. So what we can do is we can go through an infested match, which should be more handleable. You know what I mean? Hopefully. Yeah. I've also been wanting to get back into Minecraft because I still want to kill the Ender Dragon. Still haven't done that. And because I've been so stressed recently, it might be a good idea for me to relax a little bit, you know? And RimWorld, that's right. RimWorld released that new DLC, and I still haven't messed around with the previous DLC very much. Oh, we gotta do that as well. Ooh. So we got RimWorld, we got No Man's Sky. We're frankly spoiled for choice a little. We're not even a little bit. We're frankly spoiled for choice. So how do I get lifted enemies on this thing? I think this one. Will this work? I'm not I don't know if it's doing anything. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we do have lifted status. We do have lifted status, so this is this is going to be our next few minutes while we work on that, unfortunately. But yeah, I got a couple things in the wings. Nothing that I'm going to wind up doing today because I can only stay on stream for so long because I do have to take care of other things out in the real world. But for Wednesday's stream, absolutely. Or I might just do another art stream on Wednesday. I'm getting closer to being comfortable releasing my new model. It's not in a good place, in my opinion, but it's taking me so long to make any measurable progress. I'm kind of getting to the point where I just want to release it and do a Ship of Theseus on it. Like, I'm about to go through the hair again. Like, I've spent weeks working on the hair. About to go through the hair again. I textured the pants a little bit the other day. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. So release it, get it out there just for the funsies, and then start pulling a Ship of Theseus. You know what I mean? Just call it the 1.0 or maybe 2.0. I don't know. Something .0. And kind of go from there. A part of what's kept me from releasing it for so long has been that I don't have a set vibe in mind. So it's like, what kind of clothes do I want to wear? Do I want to wear these clothes? Do I want to wear those clothes? Do I want to wear those clothes? Do I want to wear these clothes? So I've settled for a button down with cargos, kind of like how I wear in real life. But it doesn't look good. You know what I mean? I gotta do stuff and sleep. Have a great rest of your day. You too, Hobbs. Have a good nap. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you again for the raid. I hope you have a lovely evening. So I'm just not really I'm not really sure what to do. I need to go through the eyes one more time though, but once I do that, it's kind of like at that point, you know what I mean? Then I can kind of peel open Unity, see if there's anything I can do in Unity Editor, see if there's anything I can learn, and yeah. Yep. We're gonna increase the status chance there, so I have funny damage numbers. Funny numbers, thank you. And that's basically the Furex. So let's take a look and we'll see what Temporal Archimedia has for us this week. Excuse me. Hopefully something simple, something easy, something breezy, colorful. Oh, CoverGirl. Actually, hang on. She also reset her inventory, didn't she? Coda weapons. Bad. Nope. Nope. Shitty numbers. I was hoping for a 60. I liked her better when she released a 60 every week. That was a lot of fun. No. Down here. No. Thank you for the follow, Zombie. I appreciate it. Where am I going? I'm going over here. There we go. Finally. Hello. Hi. Sprawl Genesis. Tech Rot tumors appear near. Increase fire rate. Enemy slow regenerate health. Slow moving. Limnus. Legacy. I hate Legacyte, dude. Legacyte's so trash. Toxicist, though. Toxicist, Colervo. Hypersensitive, powerless. Max energy is reduced by 75. Screw that. No, I don't want to deal with it. No. What about regular Archimedia? Does regular Archimedia... Actually, before we go to regular Archimedia, let's check Teshin. Hopefully he has a melee Riven mod, because I've been wanting a Riven mod for the new Thallus, whatever it is called. I really want that. I want it bad. Strata Uire. I've also been meaning to take on the Vord Phosphite. There's a lot of stuff that I've been meaning to do. I'm just tired. Tired. Hello. Hi. Give me this. Ooh, so he doesn't have anything very nice for us right now, unfortunately. Teshin. Why don't you have any fun shinies? I wish you would just sell Riven Ciphers all the time. You know what I mean? Just sell them for like a bunch of Steel Essence at a time. Why do you gotta make it only one a week? If that. Whoopsies, wrong button. There we go. Down to Iron Wake. I wonder what they're gonna give us of town. Normally when they release an open world, they release a new modular something. Ostron was modular melee. Fortuna was modular secondaries. Deimos was modular pets. And technically modular warframes too, if you think about it. So I would love to see, I don't know, something more. Something more would be nice. Oopsies, broke that. Hang on. There we go. The Twitch app is really crappy. Now then. Melee. Ooh, I forgot about that. We got 8 zones of Elite Archimedia. Sanctuary Onslaught, whatever it's called. What I wanted to do is go over here so we can pop open Melee Ribbon. I'm bad at spelling. What's our shiny? Quest is, nope, not dealing with that. Come on. That's trash. Tombow. Who uses the Tombow? Does anyone actually use the Tombow? Like, unironically, does anyone actually use it? Like, I have not seen that thing be used at all in like forever. Since it got released, forever. Yeah. All right. Elite Archimedia next. Let's see what's down there. Hopefully something. It's been a while since I've done any of the Archimedias just because I can't be bothered to do all that effort just for like 1 or 2 Jolly Ranchers and nothing really else. You know what I mean? Even though I need more yellow Jolly Ranchers. I've been needing yellow Jolly Ranchers a lot since I realized how valuable they were. Let's see. Alchemy, Exterminate, Disruption, Excalibur, Styanax, Corvex. Not bad. Cronin, the Katag. You really can't fail any of these either. Ability overload. Using the ability opens a void rift nearby. Not an issue. Ability durations reduced by 50. Not an issue. All right, let's do that. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab Excalibur. Oopsies. Excalibur. We're also going to grab my secondary skin because I'm fancy. Because I'm slick with it. We're going to grab that. What was it? Tonkor. Grab the Tonkor. We're going to grab a kit gun. Which kit gun shall we grab? I personally like the Hellfire. It's my most built up kit gun. And then the Katag. A pretty crappy weapon, but whatever. Dirga to deal with problems. We're mostly going to be sticking in Excalibur's Exalted Blade. We're mostly going to be sticking in here. Blast, Fortification. Yeah. Yeah. This build should be pretty workable. Grease Javelin, Chromatic. Let's pop on a Energize. Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, we should be able to handle ourselves like this. So we're gonna go public and hope for the best and expect the worst. Begin the such. This one should be pretty. Ew, Jesus, how did that bring up something? I don't know, but we're going in. Going in anyways. And hopefully some people join. That would also be really nice if, yes, there we go. Got 2 people, 3 people, 4. Let's go. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. We got a little trail effect. And off we pop. So as long as we have energy, we are a problem for the enemies and no one else really. So the question is, am I going to be able to get all the energy I need? I'm not really sure. I kind of just exist after a point though. But this looks like it's working out pretty well. Yeah, I'd say so. I love it when the enemies just sort of explode nearby. I love like the explosives, just everything. I love making enemies pop like grenades. We got 2 Dantes, which is a lot more than I would ordinarily ask for. 2 Dantes, and that's a Protea. So we're probably going to wind up being the DPS, which is fine. Which is fine. They'll protect us, and then everything's going to kind of work itself out, unfortunately. No, not unfortunately, fortunately. So yeah, I really don't know what to say then. There's not really much for me to commentate on or about. Go over here so we can reset. There we go, so we can get more damage that way. There's not a whole lot for me to talk about. I basically talked about everything, yeah, before stream. I've been... One of the things that I've been wanting to do for a while is get on something like VR chat or something. Like, my big issue right now is I don't know what content I can or should make. Like, nothing really interests me, you know what I mean? I've seen Wheel of Punishment streams. They just don't seem fun to me, if that makes any sense. They don't seem fun. They don't seem enjoyable. It frankly just looks like everyone's having a really bad time and we're all laughing at their expense. They're fun to watch, don't get me wrong. But I look at it and I'm just kind of like, eh. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm actually a big fan of Totless and a couple other streamers, so I'm like, oh, why don't I do work like them? But I don't even really know how. Like, I used to watch Totless way at the beginning when she just kind of did VR content, but I don't have a VR headset, and the apartment I'm moving into and the dorms I currently live in are really too small for me to make proper use of a VR setup, and also VR costs a butt ton of money. So that's also not really feasible for me either. And I've looked at art streamers like Diariku and some other people that I'm a big fan of, but I don't think I'm in the mental, I don't know, I don't think it, I like doing it, but I don't like doing it all the time. I kind of burn out a little bit, you know what I mean? And I'm not good at React Andy content. I just know, right? Like, I'm not even gonna bother trying because it's just not worth the effort. So it's like, where does that really leave me? You know what I mean? I'm not good at PvP games like Overwatch, like Apex Legends. I'm terrible at those games. I tried Apex Legends a couple months ago just to see if I could make it happen, and I couldn't, dude. I would round a corner, I'd get domed, sniped, gone. I'm a lot better at social deduction games. I'm actually pretty good at those. Like back when Town of Salem came out way back in the day, if you guys remember Town of Salem, not the second one, the first one. I was a demon on that thing. I could normally guess everybody's role by about the 3rd day, and I could guess it reliably. Like, it got to the point where I was getting reported most in most pubs because I would just guess somebody. Like, I'd be like, oh, you're the mayor, aren't you? And they'd be like, how'd you know? What the fuck? Hold on, hang on. And I'd get accused of cheating. I'd get reported, and it was always really funny. I'm really good at those kinds of games, so I might be good at Among Us. But I don't have anyone to play Among Us with either, so it's kind of like, okay, dokie, I guess I'm not playing Among Us, am I? See it. See it, see it, see it, see it, see it, see it. I had a lot of fun playing Outer Wilds when we played that. That was a blast. That was a good time. But there's not really many games like Outer Wilds, is there? So there's also that as well. No Outer Wilds games. No real games like it, unfortunately. So yeah, I think I'm still trying to find my content niche. I don't really know what that niche is. I'm really envious, right? I'm so envious because I like to pay attention to new streamers and new YouTubers whenever they come out because I really like streamers and whatnot because I think it takes a very special kind of person to live out your dreams with reckless abandon like streamers do. And I just love that entire vibe, right? That's like my favorite thing. So I love seeing them whenever they come out and they just live and are unapologetically themselves, you know? So I pay attention to them whenever they come out. And I'm always really envious because like I'll be paying attention and I'll notice a new person come out and just pop off and I'm like, how do they do it? I don't know how. I know a lot of the issue I struggle from is I don't advertise myself properly. I don't know how though. Like I've been trying to do stuff on TikTok, but I don't understand. You know, that's really the only way I can describe that. I don't understand what makes them pop. You guys ever have that issue where you just don't really, you don't understand? Not you guys. I mean, like, I don't understand. I don't understand how they just make themselves entertaining. Like, I took some advice from a friend of mine and released some stuff on TikTok that I really wasn't too happy with, but they were like, "You're doing great." I released that stuff on the TikTok and I got more engagement from those two than I've gotten from any of the other stuff I put on TikTok for like the longest time. So I really don't understand why or how for that matter. And it's kind of frustrating. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's so, sometimes it's like esoteric. It just doesn't make any sense, you know? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And that's not me screaming or crying or be like, "Hey, you deserve this." No, no. I'm just kind of like, how do they do it? You know what I mean? I want to know. I want to know how. I want to know. I want to know. The need to know intensifies. Ah, well. We are making growth. We are making progress. Steadily. Very slow progress, but you know, we're making it. It is what it is. It is what it is. I have been making some progress in my art though, so that's nice. It's kind of disappointing whenever your teacher says, "Yeah, this is kind of crappily done." I'm like, "Damn, bitch, you don't gotta be that mean." Fuck. Like, literal, why do you gotta say it like that? First of all, that's just kind of rude. Rude ass. Mm. What we got here? Ooh, Talforge Blue, very nice. And Crescendo. Oh, damn. I might be able to sell that soon for a 5-star. Not that I really need the platinum right now, but you know, I won't say no to free stuff. But I've been able to accomplish a lot of my other goals for streaming. Like when I started, one of my big goals was to meet interesting people and make friends with them and you know, get out of my comfort zone a bit. I've been able to do that. I've been able to do that very well. I've been making friends. I have streaming friends now. I'm like, ah. I haven't been able to talk to many of them too often because you know I'm in Japan, so the time zones really don't mesh up anymore. But it's like whatever. Who cares? Hmm. I'm trying. I'm just. I think I'm just frustrated. Uh, what's a good word? Not frustrated. Just like I don't know. I don't know. I've been trying to find good words for it for a while, and things just don't want to work out the way I want them to work out. That's really the only way I can describe that, unfortunately. I need to update this pistol. I'm kind of sad how power crept out Zaws and kick guns have gotten. I hope with the upcoming update for Tau, they release some new Zaw and kick gun parts to bring them back in line with other weapons. That'd actually be really nice because I really like them in concept. They're really fun ideas. I get like DE doesn't want players to become too OP, but it's nice having them. You know what I mean? They're fun. They're enjoyable. I've been meaning to start experimenting with them again and see if I can maybe dredge up some kind of interesting build with them. But things keep coming up. And it can be expensive to make a good kick gun, or a good Zaw for that matter. And even with the Zaw, I'd like, dude, an Incarnon Zaw. Could you imagine an Incarnon Zaw? Dude. I would love the fuck out of that. That would be sick nasty. Yeesh. I think I might not be as funky and I might not be as DPSy as I thought I was going to be. But dude, like an Incarnon Zaw, an Incarnon kick gun, dude, could be a good way. Just saying. Just saying. That could be a really fun way to bring them back into relevance, but still give them, I don't know, like, what will you even do for that? What stats would you add? What would you take away? Maybe they'd make them entirely like the conditional stats, like, oh, if you hit an enemy below HP, it does XYZ, or if you hit 5 enemies with this blast, it does XYZ. Ooh, red shard. Maybe they could do something like that. Maybe that's how they would do them. So that way it doesn't make certain builds more powerful than the next. They probably won't though, because I know he doesn't like they don't like having fun. They're anti-fun. That's a joke. Mm-hmm. I just don't like content. I'm so sick of all the content islands in this game. That's my big issue. Content island here, content island here, content island there, one over there, blah blah blah. It makes sense in theory, like, oh, if you don't like this content, don't play the content. Simple as, right? But like, my problem with that is it's so short-sighted because it doesn't encourage DE to make content better. It kind of encourages people to either like or dislike something. And then that's it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it anymore. And that's kind of my big frustration point with that. Like, a lot of the content they add to the game that people don't like could be really good if they just spend some time sitting down and actually working on it. Like, I know a lot of people really don't like Railjack, but Railjack actually has a lot of potential to be a really cool, fun game mode. If DE would sit down, rebalance it a bit, do some tweaking hither and thither, it could be a really enjoyable game mode, but they just don't do anything with it. And that's kind of that frustrating point that I'm talking about. Like, I remember a lot of people used to play Railjack. There used to be a certain subset of people who played Railjack back in the day because it was really easy to get a lot of stuff from Railjack. Credits, endo. You could just get stuff for days in Railjack. And I remember DE was upset about how much stuff we're getting. So they nerfed the amount of stuff, credits, and blah, 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 that you could get from the various Railjack modes. And that kind of killed the entire group of people, that subset of people, who were playing Railjack. They just kind of stopped playing Railjack since it really wasn't the most optimal way to do stuff anymore. And for me, that's really disappointing. That's actually, like, really disappointing to me. It's like, it just needs a little bit of love. I know they've talked about doing some more stuff for it, but I'll believe when I see it. I think Railjack was kind of always a flawed design either way, because, like, just the issue is, like, how smart the average player is, right? Like, the average player, I've noticed, is not focused on doing the objective. They're more focused on doing their own thing. I've noticed a lot of times players just won't repair the ship. They won't do the objectives. They won't do this. They won't do that. I've noticed an issue too in some of the older pubs that I did before they released Command thingy. Before they added that, I noticed a lot of people would end the mission, take control of their ship, and then go and pick up every single item and drop across the map. So a lot of the issue is you're really dependent on how good the broader player base is. If the broader players aren't really good at the game, then in a co-op mode like Railjack that very heavily relies on co-op and coordination is going to naturally suffer from that. Which is why I was really happy when they added the command whatever it is to the game, and you could get NPCs to fill in for your crewman slots. I was really happy about that because now I didn't need to worry about XYZ players knowing what to do or being willing to do what they need to do. Oh, I didn't need to worry about them repairing the Railjack. I didn't need to worry about them blowing up the cruise ship, doing the objective. It was really simple. Like, okay, grab your 3 crewmen, set 1 to repair the ship so it won't fucking die, set 2 to blow up fighters, and then you just do the rest of the mission at your own pace. It's a lot slower. It's very slow. It's a lot slower than than having an actual effective crew. But I don't got to worry about that. I just kind of show up, do the mission. I don't got to worry about having somebody on engineer. I don't got to worry about my gunner being able to aim for the cruise ships. Don't got to worry about anyone piloting. No nonsense. Oh, that was pretty. Hang on. Look at that. That's interesting. But, oh, oops. I'm out here trashing talking trash. Oh, dear. But as I was saying, I don't got to worry about players doing this, doing that, doing that, doing this. I kind of just show up, do my own thing, and it works. So, yeah. I really want Steel Path Railjack because I really want Steel Path Corpus Railjack. Because Corpus Railjack has like a good amount of it has like a decent amount of enemy spawn rates. Could be a little bit more. It has really good rewards, and I like the variety of enemies that pop up. Like you got the spider guys that show up, you got this, you got that. I love how loud the mode is too, because you have all the little void fishers popping up too. The little explosive ones, you know the ones. I really like that. And you can't get that in any other game mode. But if I go to Corpus Railjack, I have to deal with enemies that are below my capabilities and rewards that aren't necessarily what I'm looking for. So it'd be really nice to see Steel Path Railjack, if only so I can have that kind of, gameplay and reward. It'd be nice. It'd be nice, is all I'm saying. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's just disappointing. You got all these good ass ideas and they don't do anything with them. Kind of like Duviri, they said they're going to add more and more and more islands to Duviri, and they've added a whole, like, what, 3? Not many, that's for sure. Not many at all. I think they've added, what, 3? Scholar's Landing, the Big Mushroom Place, and Aurexia's Place? Nothing else? Bruh. I've lost a lot of muscle mass since moving to Japan. Very disappointing. Reason why is because sometimes I can't get all the weights that I want to do at the gym, and people will just sit on that shit for hours. I might buy my own weights, actually. I might have to do that again. Question is how am I going to get rid of them when I leave? That is the question. CH. I might just buy one weight and donate it to the college. It's a workable idea. It's a workable idea. See what happens in the future, though. See what happens in the future. Being closer to the campus, like I will be, will make it a bit easier to do gym stuff, so I won't need to time it quite as much. I can wait until the gym's a lot quieter and then just kind of waltz on over. That'll be nice. Being able to walk to the gym again would be really nice. I really like that a lot. Nodders. Give me something good. Give me a Tau Forged Orange, please. Tau Forged Orange. Tau Forged Orange, please. I mean, Tau Forged Red's pretty snazzy too. Arthur Angstau, yeah. Also, hello, Synth. How you doing? Everything going well? Love a knife? We're also glitched out. There she goes. We're not going to do Temporal Archimedia because it looks like a pain in the ass. As always, it's always a pain in the ass. It's pain. Too crescendo, though. Pretty nice. 30-second latency? Yeah, it hurts. It hurts, and I don't know why the latency is this bad today. I couldn't tell you. I don't have anything downloading in the background. There's no nonsense happening. But we got some pretty chunky latency today. It is big sad. It is big sad. But we keep on keeping on. We keep on keeping on. However, I'm going to dip out for the day because I'm tired. It's almost always a client-side Twitch problem. Yeah, it probably is. It normally is. It's always Twitch. Yeah, it's 2 seconds now. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to dip out. I got packing stuff to do today, and I want to work on the model a bit more, but I want to work out my own kind of time. You know what I mean? So yeah, sorry for dipping out as soon as you showed up, Synth. But your boy's been in one of his little moods again. You know what I mean? His depressive moods and stuff. So Wednesday, I'm debating on RimWorld or an art stream. I'm not really sure yet. I'm still kind of like, you know what I mean? Little of A, little B, little C, little D, this and that, and this. We'll figure it out when we get there. I do need to do a maintenance stream soon, so maybe on Wednesday. If I stream on Wednesday, because there's the chance that I won't stream on Wednesday because my computer breaks, the move doesn't go well, I'm still moving, etc., etc. So I guess we're just gonna play Wednesday by ear. That's probably gonna be for the best. But yeah, maybe do a maintenance stream or something. So thank you for joining me. If in fact you're still here, my name's been Brander. I hope you all have a lovely